An attempted robbery foiled. The suspect chased from a Central Ohio store, and it's caught on camera. And the clerk, who was canned for his action, says he'd do it all again.
Right, this all happened at a convenience store in Johnstown in Licking County. And 10 TV's Glenn McIntyre talked with that clerk.
Tom Green has had his concealed carry permit for a year and a half. He says he hoped to never have to draw his weapon.
That's something you don't really ever want to do.
But recently, he says he was forced to. It was November 13th while working the overnight shift at this Johnstown Duke and Duchess convenience store. Security cameras were rolling as a man wearing all black with stockings over his face walked in.
And he said, "Give me all your stuff." And he said, "I ain't playing," and stuck his hand underneath the hoodie that he was wearing.
Indicating in Tom's view that he had a gun.
It was a split second, to make a decision on whether, to protect myself or not. And I just did what I felt like I had to do.
The cameras show Tom, his weapon drawn, forcing the robber from the store.
Yeah, I was really afraid that he was, going to harm me in some way.
2 days after the shock of being held up and having to draw his weapon in his own defense, Tom got another shock when he was fired.
That was a violation of company policy. They don't allow weapons on the premises. It's a shame that you have to make that decision. You either, try to defend your own life or lose your job in the process.
He admits he knew the policy, but says in a job that makes you a target, he felt the need for protection.
If they're not going to allow you to defend yourself, then they should, provide some security.
Despite the loss of his job, he says he'd do the same thing again.
It's easier to get another job than it is another life. I don't regret the decision.
Glenn McIntyre, 10 TV News.
Englefield Oil is the store's owner. They would only say that Green was fired for violating company policy. In the meantime, police are still looking for the suspect in this attempted robbery. If you know anything about this man, call Johnstown Police 740-967-0911. We will share that number again in a few minutes.